Hey everyone, thought we'd try something new here, and I was going to start kind of like a news segment for Pack and Chips and our industry as a whole, so we can all kind of have a better idea of what's going on. Especially if you're opening up a new store, you want to have a good idea of what's going on in the environment. Having customers come in doing returns, that's one of the hottest topics, and things that we're doing on a at least 3 or 4 times every hour is returns. So that's what one subject today is going to be about. And then also, probably the biggest news in the industry is the new USPS pricing changes and their increases. So let me share my screen here and show you guys what I'm talking about. So we'll start with the USPS changes, and it's definitely public news. And they came out with this. They talked about it, a couple months back, but didn't come out with any real information until more recently. So you can see here starting January 1st, 2024, so a couple weeks from today, the price for forever stamps, normal forever stamps that you buy at the post office or the grocery store, they're going to be an extra 2 cents a piece. So not crazy, but if you look at the history of the price of a stamp, it's crazy how fast they've increased. Um, Not only that, we have postcard stamps are going up a couple cents. International stamps are going up 5 cents. And then the biggest ones for our pack and ship stores is these giant hikes in percentage increases for what we normally sell to customers. So USPS Ground Advantage, super popular. It's always going to be typically, depending on the size, is going to be the cheapest route to send anything at our pack and ship stores. So starting in a couple weeks here, customers are gonna start seeing a 5.4% increase in those rates. Priority mail also very popular. It's going to see a 5.7% increase, and Priority Mail Express not as popular, but still somewhat used at my store in as an example, but going to be another 5.9% higher than the current rates are. So those are big numbers. Doesn't might not seem like it. So, say Ground Advantage, a lot of those we're sending for, like a letter Ground Advantage. If they want it tracked, is going to be, like $8 to $10. So 5% increase isn't crazy, an extra 50 cents. But bigger boxes, items that are going to cost, $25 to send Ground Advantage across the country, uh, you know, that 5% adds up. So it's just something good to know, especially if you're new to the industry or you're researching opening a store. I'm hoping that this series of news helps you guys out, and eventually this will also be part of the IPASA Association. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's www.theipasa.com. So theipasa.com, and that's my new site. If you're interested in purchasing any of the materials I have there, you'll be able to see them in the store. But we're going to be having, I'll keep you guys updated on all the news and anything I think is really cool, not cool, but super important. I'll put here on YouTube and kind of summarize it for you. So, yeah, this is a big one. These increases, they're noticed by customers. So, you can see the quote here: inflationary pressures are causing them to have to raise their prices, and they've been under budget for years now. So it was only a matter of time before they made these increases, but it does make a difference in our stores. We do have our margins, so it does help our margins in a sense, because say we're charging 45 to 50% margins, the extra 5% we're also making at 5 to 6%, we're making an extra 45 to 50% of these new increases. So it does help us in a sense, but the prices to send USPS just got that much more expensive. So next, talk about returns. So if you don't have a store or you're looking to open a store, there's a lot of our store's ability and reasons why we're open is because of returns. We get paid for returns from the carrier that's doing the return, so UPS or FedEx. USPS, we don't unless you're a part of Package Hub. I have more information on that in other videos if you're interested, but returns are huge, and it's important to understand exactly what's going on in the return world. So if you have a customer that comes in, you can be able to tell them, you read an article talking about this or that. So that's kind of what I want the series to be, and I'm going to show you some examples. this headline here: no more free returns. Typically, back when e-commerce sales were just starting, not that long ago, really, where you're able to buy things online. It was only with the pandemic where that e-commerce sales really spiked up, where people weren't able to go out and purchase the things that they wanted, or whether it be stimulus checks and people spending those and buying things online. More so, e-commerce sales have just gotten so much bigger in the last few years. And our stores, our pack and ship stores, do play a big role in those e-commerce sales. So if they don't want to, if they don't like the item, it doesn't fit, if it's clothing, so on and so forth, they need a place to return it. It's typically they will provide the label for you. Package Hub is coming out with a program. It starts here in the next few days, where we'll be able to do unpackaged returns. If you're a part of Package Hub, you'll be able to do unpackaged returns for customers for certain retail stores that are signed up for that program. So hopefully that helps a lot. We'll actually be able to get paid for the services of doing those returns, and it's no cost to the customer. So it helps the customer out a lot. They don't want to have to pay for the returns, but you could see in this article here, no more free returns. 81% of retailers charge fee to send items back. Like I was saying, most stores, you used to be able to request a return label and you could just send it back, no charge. That's not really the case nowadays with inflation and the cost of sending things to begin with. These retailers really had no choice but to start charging for returns. There's too many issues with people ordering things that they know they're going to return. They just want to try it out and send it back if they need to, kind of thing. So 81%, that's huge numbers. And it goes into talk about Amazon, how they have Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh, Kohl's, stuff like that. But some of these big names, Macy's, Abercrombie, J. Crew, H&M, you could see they're starting to charge big fees like $7, $5, $9 to Dillard's, $6 to H&M, and from my understanding, it's, they're trying to make sure when you're purchasing something, you're going to keep it, or you realistically should have to pay to return it. It's just part of the thing. You're not going to be able to, with gas prices nowadays and just time, it's still worth the prices they're charging to just send it back instead of having to go to your nearest store where you can return these in person. So you can see here, last year customers sent back 17% of total merchandise they purchased online, totaling in $816 billion. So there's a lot of revenue in returns for us, because we are getting paid from the carriers for the returns, just for collecting that label from them and getting it in one place for the carriers to pick up. It does save them a lot of time and money to be able to pick up an abundance of packages in one place. So that's why we get paid for those. We have another article here: no more free returns, making you pay for shipping. And just wanted to show you guys similar stats. 17% of total merchandise was returned. These big companies are, saying 44% of these larger companies are hiring additional seasonal staff to help with the return. So, for instance, right now, people are getting Christmas gifts and other holiday gifts, and giving them to their family with gift receipts and saying, if you don't like it, do the return process. Go ahead, not a biggie. Or if you need a new size, return it, get a new one, that kind of thing. So there's a couple other places that have kind of started to make the return process easier and partner with these big companies like Happy Returns. Not super well known, at least in my area, but you could see the same stat here: 81% of merchants currently charging customers for returns. And yeah, it's crazy how much money is actually going into returns. But everyone should know this. If you're looking to open a store, it's good talking points to be able to tell a customer that's returning something. Some pack and ship stores charge to print a label for them, or just $1 to $2 just to process a return to begin with, because if it's a USPS label, you might not be getting any compensation for doing that return for them, even if they have it all labeled and you're just setting it on a shelf. There's some stores that do charge for that. So it's good just to know, and depending on how you have returns processed at your store, whether they need to buy a box to return it, or a poly bag, stuff like that, or if you just charge $1 to $2 just to return it anyways, even if they're buying a bag or a box, or if they already have it ready to go, it's entirely up to you how you want to set it up, but it's good to know if you're looking to open a store and you're thinking about how you're going to charge people for that. Know that they're 80% of the time they are already paying $6 or $7. So they come into your store and you're charging them even more to do so. It's up to you how you want to do it. It is expensive to rent a place now, and there's a lot of costs to owning these stores. Not as much as other types of retail stores, but you still need to make money where you can. So it's entirely up to you how you want to set it up. But I'm hoping this segment that I'm going to start doing with different news articles and stuff helps you guys understand exactly what's going on in the shipping world, and where these returns are coming from, how the customers feel about returns, stuff like that. And you can make your own decisions if you're opening a store on how to handle all that. So that's my little video for today. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to do more of these news things, I'll certainly keep doing them. Doesn't take me long to find the articles, but for the association, the IPASA, I'll be putting links in like a little, like a couple sentence summary of what is going on, and you guys can quickly read the summaries if you want. I don't have the membership section ready, but I'll make a video when I do. But if you're a member and you want to be able to stay up to date with everything like that, I'll be putting a lot of articles in there for you guys to read with my little synopsis below each one. Or if I see any cool, they'll be totally free for you to view with my summary of what I think about it and my opinion on the matter here on YouTube. So let me know what you guys think again. If you guys enjoy this, you want to learn more, let me know. If you think it's dumb, also let me know. I'm not going to take any hard feelings to it. If I don't have to take time to make these videos, it's not going to hurt my feelings. So let me know what you guys want to hear more about, and we'll be sure to make those as soon as possible. So thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.